All right, greetings and welcome, Queen here. We're going to talk about business credit here in this presentation. All right, so business credit 101, how to get business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social security number with no personal credit check. Now, what is business credit? Business credit is credit that's obtained in a business name. So just like you have personal credit in your personal name, business credit is in a business name or entity. And if you don't have a business currently, don't worry, we can assist you with that. Now with business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. An EIN number is just like an SSN number for your personal, but an EIN number is a employer identification number for the business, okay? And again, don't worry if you don't have a business or if you don't have employees. This credit is also in the business name, and it's based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner. So we have clients literally that have credit scores less than 500 FICO score, and they're able to utilize our strategies with our business financing and funding suite. They're able to use our strategies and obtain business credit as well as business funding. So they're able to get lines of credit, they're able to get additional funding, loans, and different types of revenue capital for their business using our strategies. Now, why is business credit awesome? Well, business credit actually can double your borrowing ability. So if you look at it, you may have been accustomed to only borrowing or getting credit on your personal credit. Well, if you combine that with business credit, now you've doubled the borrowing power and your ability to obtain more credit and more funding and more capital. Also, business credit makes you more lendable. Again, it has nothing to do with your personal credit score. And in some instances, you can have fast initial establishment of your credit profile and your credit score on the business side. The main factor with business credit is it's only based on the business paydex score. It's not based upon any other factors. Anything that's going on in your personal life or things that have gone on in your personal life that are derogatory, business credit has no factor in that scenario. All right, so now when you look at personal credit scores, they're based upon about 5 different factors, right? So your payment history is about 35%, utilization 30%, the length of the credit history is 15%, accumulation of new credit is 10%, and then the credit mix is about 10%. Well, business credit, because when you look at the banks and you try and go out here to a bank with a beautiful business plan, banks haven't been lending since about 2008. They traditionally are not lending to small mom and pop business owners. Well, this is why business credit is perfect for new startups, okay? It does not require you to have cash flows, right? So you don't need to have cash flow. So you can be a new startup, you cannot even have a business right now while you're listening to this information, and we can put you in the space and the environment with the proper strategies and the proper coaching to get that set up in a little of no time. Also, you have a competitive advantage when you look at, one business may not utilize business credit and the next business will utilize business credit. And if that business that utilizes business credit then goes along and gets funding and actually use that money to market and to expand their business, well, they're going to outbeat and outpace all of their competitors because they're using strategic strategies to grow their business. Again, we mentioned no collateral, or we mentioned no cash flows. You also do not need collaterals in the sense in the strategies that we use for business credit. And it's, like I said, it's a lot easier to grow your business, especially if you're using the credit and the funding to expand for marketing and to grow the business, right? So when you look at the landscape of every high successful business across America, each and every single one of those businesses leverage business credit. Now, let's go into how you actually build your business credit. It's really just step 1, step 2, step 3, all the way through the line. There's about 21 different key required factors that you have to make sure that you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's on all of these factors to make yourselves lendable, okay? So first thing is you want to make sure that your business is set up credibly, and your business is set up where when lenders look at your business that they actually want to give you money, okay? So your entity, right? Typically, the easiest entity to set up would be an LLC. You can do that online. And you can usually set that up within a day, okay? So an LLC is going to be your easiest entity that you would utilize, and you would just look whatever state. It doesn't even have to be the state that you reside in. It can be whatever state that you like as far as the pricing, that's a factor. And then maybe some privacy, different options like that. You may want to look at those as well. So like New Mexico, Nevada, Wyoming, those Delaware, those are really good states to set up an LLC. Also, your business address. Now, when you're setting up this LLC for the purposes of acquiring business credit and funding, you want to make sure that you're using an address that is a physical location. And if you can make it even a business location where you're using a virtual business address that's a physical location, this is going to give you better odds at getting higher amounts of funding, okay? Also, your phone number. You do not want to use your personal cell phone number, and you don't want to use a cell phone number, period. You want to use a business number, right? So you can look online and you can look for virtual business numbers, and you can get a telephone number for your new business this way. Again, I'm giving you all the points that's going to give you higher credit and funding limits. Also, your email and your website. So your email and your website. And if you decide to work with us, our business coaches, our funding coaches, they take you through step by step every single parameter that you need to have in place so that you can get the highest amount of business credit and the highest amount of business funding, okay? Our coaches work with you for 12 months. They work with you, they guide you, they show you everything. You're also able to get access to our state-of-the-art business credit software platform that actually gives you all of the answers to the test. So if you had all of the answers to all of the lenders' tests out there, you're assured to get funding, and you're assured to get the maximum amount of credit and funding. So your email and your website, all right? So, when you look at going and applying for, say, a line of credit or a loan or something like that, you don't want to have mygoofyemail@yahoo.com as your email address. Your email address needs to be a professional email, so it needs to be a personal domain, xyzcompany.com. Do you want that to be your website as well as your email address? It needs to be professional, and it wants to relate to whatever entity name that you register, okay? Also, if you need licenses, so if you're doing a certain type of business that requires you to have a license or other type of certifications, you'll want to check with your state, your local county, and different things like that, and make sure that you have those things in place. Now, most of you will not need a license or any type of certification or anything else, but this is for those people that are in certain industries that need to have those, right? Because these lenders, they will check those things and make sure that they're in place before they lend you money. Also, just your business listing. So there's different websites out there that will list your business. There's business directories all over the internet. You want to make sure that each of your listing in these different directories, that everything is exactly the same, that everything is very congruent and it all matches up, okay? Another thing is to secure your EIN. Now, this has been one of those things that people get, a little worried about, but it's really simple. To get an EIN, you just simply go to the IRS's website. Go to their website, call their phone number. You can get the EIN in about 10-20 minutes. You don't have to pay someone to get an EIN. It's very, very simple. Again, you just go to their website, you go to the phone number, dial the number, and get the EIN. You'll want to have your LLC already in place before you do this, because obviously you need to put the LLC name, the address, and all of that information down. But you can do this yourself. You don't have to pay anyone to get an EIN number for you. And this is if you're in the United States or if you're not in the United States. So folks that are outside of the USA, you can also use this same strategies that we utilize with our business funding and our business credit finance services. You can use the same strategy and you can access credit and capital the exact same way as someone living in the USA, okay? Also, your business bank account. Now, when you are setting up your EIN, there's a question on the EIN form, and it's called SS4. But it asks you the purpose of the business, and I would just check off the easiest one is to open up a bank account. That's the easiest one to select, and you'll see that on the IRS form when you're going to set up the EIN number, okay? So you want to set up your business bank account, right? So you want to have the bank account in the name of that LLC that you created with the address, with the phone number, everything matching up the way that you set it up originally, okay? And then the next thing is just basically, just like you have 3 credit bureaus. You have Experian, you have Equifax, you have TransUnion for personal credit. You want to get set up with business credit reporting agencies so that you can obtain your reports, so that you can know exactly what your PAYDEX score looks like and what it is, okay? And then from there, you just want to get approved for vendor credit. Vendor credit is like Home Depot, it's Apple, it's Kohl's, it's any department store, any office supply store. These are vendor credits, okay? So now the first thing you want to do is, once you've got everything set up, so you've set up the LLC, the phone number, the address, you got the EIN, you got everything set, squared away. Next thing that you want to do is you want to get vendor credit, right? So you either get net 10, net 15, net 30 type of terms. Now 93% or better of these trade vendors, they do not report to the business reporting agencies, all right? So what you want to do is you want to find vendors who do report to the business credit agencies, okay? And who will approve you even with no established credit. Now we have all of the vendors. We have just about every single vendor, I think, across the planet inside of our sophisticated proprietary software, so you don't have to guess. Again, we walk you hand in hand. Your business, your credit funding coach, they walk you hand in hand. They work with you day in and day out, like I said, for 12 months. Make sure that it's not going to take you 12 months, but you have access to them for 12 months if you become a client. And they'll show you and share with you all of the vendors so that you're setting everything up properly. 3 of these accounts, so 3 of the vendor accounts, they must be reporting before you can move forward, okay? So now you want to continue applying for more credit, right? So that you can use this to grow. And I'm talking about, we're at this stage because it's a new entity. You're just starting to build the business credit. We're still talking about vendor accounts. So as you get approved, you continue using that credit regularly and you're going to pay your bills on time, right? So always by using credit, using your credit of the business instead of paying cash, and then just pay off the credit. And don't forget, all right, so as you're going through and you're getting vendor accounts, say you don't work with us and you do this on your own, that's fine, no problem. But make sure as you're applying for vendor credit where it asks for SSN that you're leaving that field blank and you're only putting in an EIN number, okay? The EIN number that you set up for your LLC. All right, well, that is the end of our presentation. Again, you can get started on this by doing it yourself. If you do want hand-holding, you do want experts to work with you, like I said, for the next 12 months, you can go to businessfinancefunding.com. Again, businessfinancefunding.com, and you can schedule a free strategy call. This is typically a $997 value, but for a limited time, we're offering this absolutely free. And we will tell you, very transparently, if we can help you. If we can't help you, we'll give you recommendations and send you on your way. But at the end of the free strategy session call, everyone will be happy. So if you're looking for an expert team to assist you, again, go to businessfinancefunding.com, businessfinancefunding.com, and then you can schedule your free strategy session call with us. All right. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.